I am the member of Expert Committee on School Education, Government of West Bengal. My name is Anindya Sengupta. Today I am going to talk about the general guidelines on the use of model activity task for class 5 to 8. All the teachers, you have been working hard in the last 1.5 years with your students all at home because of the present pandemic situation. The students who are used to the usual formal classroom transaction are in a strange state. They have to face their mobile phones or the basic phones by which you are trying to give instructions or trying to clarify their doubts or explain the various topics in the textbooks. As a result, there may be some learning gaps, there may be some queries, there may be some problems, deficiencies of the students. The school education department has tried all means to overcome this deficiency of the students in the last 1.5 years. We all know how COVID-19 has created a pandemic situation in the entire world, and that is why all the schools, not only of our state, but in the entire country and also in different other countries of the world, they are kept closed. So, the normal classroom, the physical classroom, the classroom where teacher and student face each other, that is not there. What the students are facing is your transaction through internet, through some mobile devices by which you are trying to explain various topics. For that reason, the department has also introduced model activity tasks. Now, these model activity tasks are based on the syllabus of first summative and the second summative. Now, you all know about the syllabus of class 5 to 8 in the first summative. What chapters are to be dealt? What are the various learning outcomes are there? And how to treat the students to reach, or rather how to help the students to reach that learning outcome. You are all quite aware of that. Apart from that, these model activities are there to help and assess how far they could acquire, they could learn, and that is why these model activity tasks are given to them. Now, activity, you all know, it is a processed thing. The more they get into various activities, the more their level of knowledge that increases, because they have to apply their knowledge in those activities. And therefore, these model activity tasks are provided to them throughout this pandemic situation. Besides, you must have noticed that the model activity tasks, as I said earlier, are based on the two summatives, that is summative 1 and summative 2. So, it is a revised syllabus for them for the entire class. So, based on the revised syllabus, the model activity tasks are framed. Now, the second most important thing is that when the guardians of these students, they come to the school on a given date for taking the midday meals. These tasks, model activity tasks, are actually handed over to the guardian, so that they take them home and their children actually work out those activities. In the following month, when they come back on the scheduled day of midday meal, they not only bring the worked out activity tasks done by the students, but also take the second copy, the following month's copy of model activity task. The teachers are therefore requested to assess those model activity tasks, and thereby they can understand the level of learning of the students. If they could follow the text all of their own, if they could do those activities and answer the questions accordingly, then it is taken for granted that their level is rising. It is not stagnant at a position. So, if those activities are provided in every month, and if they are assessed by the school's teachers, and therefore, we can understand that the students are being engaged in certain activities, and thereby working out those activities, they are acquiring knowledge. Now, as I said, the second most important thing is that these model activity tasks are to be done by the students of the school. The third most important point, as I now mentioned, is that the model activity tasks which are worked out by the students, those tasks are to be corrected, are to be evaluated by the teachers. The evaluation will give the teachers a chance to know the level of the students. Besides, the teachers will be able to identify the learning gaps, that is, how much they could learn, and what are the learning gaps, what are the regions, what are the areas that they could not learn. So, these learning gaps, that are also very important to know for the teachers. This, in short, is the main guideline for using the model activity task. You must have noticed that in the last model activity task, some marks are actually allotted per question. Now, that is only to help the students to know how much to write. Otherwise, they do not know how much. They may know the answer, but they do not know to what length the answer should be. So, that is basically the weightage, and that will guide the students to write the answers according to the question. So, it is not basically an assessment or any kind of an evaluation. It is basically a model activity task, but here the marks are providing a guideline to the students that these marks will help you to write this much. So, this is in brief the general guidelines for using the model activity task for the students of class 5 to 8. That is all. Thank you so much.